Alright guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, going to go over a story titled, I, a 40-year-old male, found my wife, a 35-year-old female, of 10 years in a spicy video. And guys, what we have here is a story about a guy who was away on business. And one night, when he had to obviously kill some time, he went down the rabbit hole of the internet on some of these special websites. And lo and behold, somehow, he came across a video that had a woman that looked just like his wife, body type, all that. And lo and behold, it was her. And this guy is shocked out of his mind, as you can imagine. And this video is a perfect example of how just crazy this world is, and you just never know. You never really know about someone until something like this happens. Now, hopefully this wouldn't, for you guys that are in relationships or marriages, something like this never happened to you, but you never know. Now, I always have to question whenever I hear stories like this about these guys. They go online and they go to these websites and they happen to come across their girlfriend or their fiance or wife. With all the countless number, I can't put a number on it, videos out there or pictures, they happen to find one with their girl on it, right? So you have to question some of these things, but, you know, truth is stranger than fiction, so you just never know. I mean, it's one thing if he found something like this on her laptop or a connection to like an OnlyFans account or her phone. But anyhow, I'm going to go through the story anyway. You can make up your minds whether this is accurate or not. And I do believe this is coming from a guy from a different country based on some of the words he uses and things like that. So just bear with me as I read it because I tried to edit this a little bit to sound a little bit better for the translation. So it starts off. He says, "Hi folks, please let me have your take on this really messy one." No pun intended with the messy. "I'm on a 2-week work trip to one of my company's outstations. On the second day after work at the hotel, I had time on my hands, no pun intended there, and decided to indulge myself in the naughtiness of surfing the web for you know what material. But lo and behold, what I soon found was really baffling. It was like being shot by a thunderbolt when I saw my own beloved wife in one of the videos." Beloved, let's not overdo it, dude. And you said baffling. I would choose another word to describe it. I would say more like disgusted, not necessarily baffling, but okay. Again, I think this English is not his first language. He says, "After only about a minute or two of watching, I was sure it was my missus backing the camera for the preliminaries, like seductive walking around at all. To the real business. Obviously, she wasn't going to show her face. In a couple of flashes, the face would have been visible, but the face was hazy there, perhaps due to some later editing gimmicks." So imagine this guy's surfing around, looking at different things. Again, look what happens when he's online, and lo and behold, he finds this. Can you imagine, again, if this is real, can you imagine the reaction? And you look at this body and say, holy shit, that looks familiar. That looks like my wife's ass. Goes on, "And in horror, I soon watched as they moved on to the real business of penetrative you-know-what, but all the time shielding her face. At other scenes, where her face could have been more visible, she had a mask on." What kind of theme is this video that he's watching that she has a mask on? I gotta wonder, what kind of freaky shit is this? Does she wear a mask at home for him? Does she do videos for him? Maybe there's a connection here. Who knows? I'm willing to say that's a no. She probably doesn't do anything fun and freaky at home. This is why she's online. "The man used a condom." Well, thank God for that. "Perhaps at her request, as I know she could be that careful. In disgust, I watched it through." How could he watch the whole thing through? I sure as hell couldn't do that. "As they did a few positions of this episode that will change our marriage forever." What exact positions are those? Please elaborate. He says, "Though her face was not clearly visible, but having been married for nearly 11 years, I know that body structure, the movements, and the voice, though she tries to stifle that in a few times as she spoke. I am 700% sure it is my dear wife." Well, I wouldn't be calling her my dear wife at this point, or beloved wife. "The mother of our lovely children. And it is recent looking stuff, maybe a year or thereabout ago. That's around when she had her current fuller figure." So she had some junk in the trunk at that time, a little meat on her bones. "It was uploaded to the site about 10 months ago. Why on earth would she do this? Truly wonders shall never end." She's probably bored. She probably enjoyed, or she's hoping to see what kind of attention and validation she could get. That's a big one. Money. That's another big one. Maybe an attempt to see if she could draw enough crowd that she could maybe make money off it through OnlyFans. I'd check to see if there was an OnlyFans link to the thing. But she's 35 and obviously has kids, so I'm not making excuses, but I'm just trying to get in the head here, probably because, like, holy shit, I need to see if I'm still attractive, so I'm going to do a video. It could be a whole number of things. Don't try to rationalize it. After I managed to get over the initial shock, the following couple of days, out of apprehension, I started combing similar websites. Well, be careful what you look for. Be careful what you wish for, man. Looking for possible more videos of such by her. Despite my best efforts, I did not find any. At least not yet, but then the damage is done anyway. Well, again, that doesn't mean that there aren't things on the laptop, her phone, and like I said, maybe OnlyFans. I mean, could be a number of things going on here. He says, I am so disgusted that I doubt I'll be ever able to manage a hard something around her anymore. I used to get one flash with her. I said this so no one else will advise reconciliation. Yeah, this guy, there's no way he's going to get this image out of her head. And if he could get one in a flash like that, like he described, maybe she does wear the mask at home. Maybe she's into the freaky stuff at home. Who the hell knows? But yeah, he's never going to see her the same ever again. I mean, again, and also the fact that she's the mother of the children, that's going to take it to a whole new level. No guy is going to be able to move on from this and get past this. He says, I know she did it for money because I know she can take money from a dead person. Well, what did I tell you? Probably attention, validation, and money, which leads to me questioning if she has an OnlyFans account. Now, this was obviously a while ago, and I know OnlyFans apparently is trying to change the way they do things in terms of, like, no more of the special activity from the gals, but we shall see. He says she's simply crazy about money. In the video, her body language was not any of someone loving the atmosphere, but one who could not wait for the bloke to finish. The horror lasted for a good half an hour. No amount of money is worth this dishonor and pain. Well, again, it may not be just about money. Like I said, validation, attention, you name it. Trying to have guys give her attention so she doesn't feel like she's, completely old. Who the hell knows? It doesn't matter. She did what she did. He says, I have downloaded a copy to take home to her. Well, I can only begin to imagine when he shows this to her what that's going to be like. Now, the first night I land, I will have to play this to her, and my gut feeling is she will naturally deny it, maybe out of embarrassment, but for how long she'll be able to sustain that denial, I won't know. You bet your ass she's going to deny it. Absolutely. That's not me. You'll be like, that's your body. That's not me. Well, those are your tattoos. That's not me. Probably hoping she denies it long enough, he'll be like, okay, maybe it's not her. I plan to make her watch it through to the end to convince her it's her and to show her there is not much sense in denying this. Yeah, good luck in trying to make her watch the whole thing. I would love to be the fly on the wall in this situation. I mean, I feel bad for this guy, but at the same time, I would like to be the fly on the wall watching him try to say, woman, you're going to watch this whole thing here. Even if she accepts it and apologizes, that will not help anything because this can't be a mistake that she doesn't drink. Well, she's been busy drinking something else, dude. What I need to know, folks, is if the family/divorce court will accept this video evidence to nullify the marriage on the grounds of adultery. And perhaps they can do a bit further digging of their own to confirm that to get the body language voice experts. Well, again, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. This all depends on where this guy lives. Does he live in the United States? And if he's in the United States, which I doubt, is he in a no-fault divorce state? I mean, I can only imagine him presenting this stuff to his lawyer, let alone in terms of, he said, the family court. I'm sure divorce lawyers and people in the family court have certainly seen and heard all, but this would definitely be up there in that situation. But I don't know. Any lawyers that are watching this, chime in here, and I'm sure you'll probably say it just depends on the situation in the state. Who the hell knows? He says, and by the way, is there any means to locate the producer of this kind of film? Perhaps if I do, I can go undercover or send a friend. Well, probably the producer's probably on the site. I'm sure of it. They can get a friend to do this and see if we can get some incriminating info from both of them. The video is a bit amateurish stuff though, shot in like a budget hotel. The bottom line here is that the marriage is now dead in the water. I only feel for our young kids, who I love so much, and they do the same to me. And I won't be home with them anymore. I will miss them, especially the youngest. That sucks. But at the end of the day, obviously she betrayed you, the whole 9 yards on so many different levels, and obviously you're never going to look at her the same and all that, so you're done. And totally understandable and respect that guy. Respect that. But I mean, at the end of the day, those are your kids, so you got to obviously have a relationship with them, and hopefully maybe you can get the kids. But given how things are, given how the deck is stacked against guys, even with this evidence, the odds are probably she'll still get the kids, you know. But you got to be there for her no matter what. But sticking around in this, no way. I mean, this guy, he's never going to see her the same. And even if she was wholeheartedly sorry and apologized, "It'll never happen again," that type of thing, and he gave her another chance, which he shouldn't, there's no way he's going to get this image out of his head. There is no way, okay? And which, of course, leads to the question, what else has she done? Are there other videos out there? Is there something like OnlyFans? Does she have lovers? Has she done this before when she's younger? What was she like in college? The list can go on and on here. But, you know, trust is destroyed. Her reputation is destroyed. He's never going to see her the same again, so it's best to move on. And says here, he is 40 years old. The guy can start over, move on. You know, he's got great kids that he loves. Yes, it's going to suck big time going through the divorce process and all that, but a man can recover. A man can start over. So I tell so many of you guys are write in me and tell me about these bad situations, and you're just completely know what to do. I mean, you guys can start over. Even if the wife, and the odds are she will make out like a bandit in a divorce, especially depending where you live. Guys can start over, okay? I mean, they may have to live in a small little one-bedroom place for a while, or even a studio, for God's sakes, depending how bad it is. But guys can live cheap, can save up money, invest it, and start over, even getting an extra job, find a way to cut the budget to save money here and there, and start over. End of story, you know. At the end of the day, when it comes to money, it's generally the women that are the big spenders and get the house that's way bigger than what you need, get the car that's way fancier, more top of the line than what you need, want the kids to go to private schools, and on and on and on, and the expensive vacations. Guys don't need a whole lot to be happy, so this guy can start over. But no guy should stay in a situation like this after it happened, okay, for so many reasons. And I don't have to get into them, because I know a lot of you guys are watching this video right now, have been following me for a while, and you know darn well how I think here, okay? Move the hell on. Don't, because you know what, if he would stay with her, even if like she eventually caved in, yes, yeah, that was me, you know, she's not going to respect him. She's not going to, in her mind, wait a second, this guy saw me in a video doing this with another dude out there for the world to see, and he just let it go. The little respect that she has for me, if any, is gone forever, and there'll be more disrespect, more bullshit, more problems, and then they'll be in a household where the kids are going to see this, and the kids will be unhappy all the time. It's a mess. Best is just, like an Etch-a-Sketch, the old thing when you were kids, just whoosh, shake it up and move on, start over, end of story. You know, life is short. This guy's 40 years old, the world's not over. But like I said, guys, I get stories like this all the time, and sometimes I question, again, like how this guy went online. I happened to find the video of his wife, but let's just say for argument's sake, this is true. Like I said, you just never know. You just never know with people, especially in today's world, with all the temptations at their fingertips. And in many cases, these actions are almost promoted sometimes. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Quick video, but I thought you'd find this entertaining and interesting. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And again, any lawyers out there that are watching this, let me know, or let this guy know in the comment section what you think. What any chances he has about this being admissible, or it simply won't freaking matter one bit. I'd like to know, and I'm sure he'd like to know too. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.